So, good morning to all. Today we are going to study the second part of module 2. We are going to study the 555 timer. It is a versatile linear integrated circuit. Uh, uh, Signetics Corporation first introduced this device as SCNE55 in the early 1970s. It is used in a number of novel and useful applications. That means include monostable and astable multivibrators, DC to DC converters, digital logic probes, waveform generators, analog frequency meters and tachometers, temperature measurements and control devices, infrared infrared transmitters, burglar and toxic gas alarms, voltage regulators, electric eyes, and many others. Now, 555 is a monolithic timing circuit that can produce accurate and highly stable time delays or oscillations. The timer basically operates in one of the two modes, either as a monostable, that is also known as one-shot multivibrator, or an astable free-running multivibrator. The device is usually available in 8-pin metal can or 8-pin mini DIP or 14-pin DFE. Now, this is the pin configuration of 555 timer. The pin number 1 ground, 2 trigger, 3 output, 4 reset, 5 control voltage, 6 threshold, 7 discharge, and 8 plus VCC. Now, the operating temperature of the IC from minus 50 degree to plus 125 degree Celsius. Important features of 555 timer are it operates on plus 5 voltage to 18 plus 18 voltage supply voltage in both free running, astable and one shot, that means monostable modes. It has an adjustable duty cycle. Timing is from microseconds through hours. It has a high current output. It can source or sink. It can source or sink 200 milliamps. Output can drive TTL and has a temperature stability of 50 parts per million ppm per degree Celsius range in temperature. 555 timer is reliable, easy to use, and low cost. Now, the internal structure of 555 timer, you can see here there is a voltage divider circuit with equal resistors. From here, starting from the ground, you can see that 3 resistors of equal resistance value, and you can see it is a voltage divider. Here it is 1 by 3 VCC, here it is 2 by 3 VCC. This 1 by 3 VCC is compared with the trigger and it is given to flip-flop. 2 by 3 VCC is compared with the threshold and it is given to again flip-flop. This is a comparator 1 and this is comparator 2. Now here the pin number control voltage that also connected to this 2 by 3 VCC point, VCC 8. Then as you can see that reset pin is connected to an PNP transistor with a V reference, and it is connected to the output of the flip-flop. Now the output of the flip-flop is connected to a transistor that is an NPN transistor where the discharge pin is connected. Then output of the flip-flop is connected to an output stage. There you are getting the output. One is the ground. Then here one important thing you should remember is when the flip-flop is low, output is high. When the flip-flop is high, output is low. When the flip-flop is high, this transistor is conducting. When the flip-flop output is low, the transistor Q1 is switched off. Yes, so these are the important structure. Now we will just see each pin in detail now. This is a circuit of astable. We will see after this, but we will familiarize with the pins. Now pin 1 is ground, pin 2 is trigger. So here as you can see the pin 2 is trigger. How it is connected? Pin 2 is connected to the negative terminal of the operational amplifier, comparator 2. Other end positive terminal is 1 by 3 VCC. And comparator 1 positive terminal is connected to the 6 threshold, and negative terminal is connected to 2 by 3 VCC. Now normally the trigger is a positive voltage, or it may be a VCC or greater than 2 VCC. That time the negative terminal is connected to a positive voltage that is greater than 1 by 3 VCC, means the output of the comparator 2 is low. Output of the comparator is low. If the comparator 1 output is also low, the 00 to a JK flip-flop gives 00 to a flip-flop. What happened is output remains as the previous. Now if you are applying a negative going pulse, that means initially it was high voltage, now you are applying a negative going pulse with, and if this negative going pulse, the voltage at the negative terminal, if it comes down 1 by 3 VCC, what happened is negative terminal is lower than the plus terminal, so output is high. We assume that this is 0. Probably that will happen like that only when you are studying the circuit of astable or monostable. We'll see that will happen like that only. When it is 1 means here it is 0, either 0 0, or here 1 here 0, like that. 1 1 never happens. Either this one is 0, this time is this side, this comparator output 1 is high, comparator 2 is low, or both comparator 1 and comparator 2 is low, or comparator 2 is high and comparator 1 is low. Now when this negative going pulse make the negative terminal is amplitude is less than 1 by 3 VCC. What happened is comparator 2 output become high. At the same time comparator 1 output is 0. Then what happened to the flip-flop output? It will become a 0. When it is 0 means you can see that here it is 0. Transistor is off. At the same time the output become high. So that is the thing you should remember from trigger. Trigger is normally high. Trigger is normally a high voltage greater than 1 by 3 VCC. That time comparator output is low, and normally this may also low that time. So output remains in the previous stage. So that will clearly you will understood when you are dealing with the either monostable or astable multi vibrator. Now pin 3, here pin 3 is output. To the output we can connect the load in two ways. One means the load can be connected from 3 to ground, or from 3 the load can connected from 3 to VCC. Now if you are connecting load between 3 and VCC, it is known as normally on load. If you are connecting the load between 3 and ground, it is normally off load. Now now if the output is low, if the output is low, that time the current is flowing from VCC to output. So it is known as source sinking. And if it is low means there won't be if output is low and if the load is normally on, then the current is flowing from VCC to the output through normally on load. That means the output is sinking the current, taking the current. Now when output is high, when the output is low, there won't be, if the load is normally off, that means the load resistor is connected between output and ground. If output is low, then there won't be any current flowing through normally off load. Now what happens if output is low? If output is high? When output is high, if the load is normally on, then there won't be any current flowing from VCC to here, because here also output also VCC, here also VCC, so there won't be any current flowing through this. At the same time, if the load is normally off load, then if output is high, then current is flowing through normally off load, okay, because other end is grounded. So in that case we can say that it is sourcing, giving current. Okay, so that is the thing you can have two ways you can connect the load, either normally on load or normally off load. Now pin 4 is reset. See here you can have a pin 4. Normally it is connected to VCC. That means PNP transistor base is connected to a positive voltage, it is off. Whenever you want to reset, that time what happened is you have to apply a negative pulse to this pin. When you are applying a negative pulse to this pin, that time this PNP transistor become on, and this V reference voltage is a short circuit. If it is on, it's a short circuit. That is V reference voltage will come here. When V reference voltage is coming here, output voltage become low. Here high means here low. At the same time, this transistor is a PNP transistor. You can make this transistor on. Okay, output is low, and so that is why whenever you want to reset means output you can make to low. For that you have to apply a negative pulse here. When you are negative pulse apply, the transistor become on. V reference effect will come here. That means high voltage. If it is high, output is low. Normally this is connected to VCC. Now pin 5 is a control voltage, and now here the threshold voltage is 2 pi by 3 VCC. If the plus terminal voltage is greater than this 2 by 3 VCC, then output is become 1, or the comparator output become 1. So the flip-flop output that time become 1. That means output goes to 0. Now when you are applying a voltage to this control voltage pin, an external voltage applied to this terminal changes the threshold. Here it is 2 by 3. We can make it some more. Instead of 2 by 3, you can make around 2 by 3 means, instead of 2 by 3, you can increase or decrease this reference voltage by applying another control voltage. So, voltage applied to this terminal changes the threshold as well as trigger voltage. By imposing a voltage on this pin, or by connecting a port between this and ground, the pulse width of the output waveform can be changed. Now when it is not used, when 5 is not used, the control pin should be bypassed to the ground with a 0.01 microfarad capacitor to prevent any noise problem. If you are not controlling, or if you don't want to change the threshold value, what you can use it? You can connect a capacitor of 0.01 microfarad to ground. Why we are connecting? It is used to prevent any noise problem. Now next one is threshold. This is the non-inverting, threshold is non-inverting input to the comparator. So if this voltage increases 2 by 3 voltage, comparator output become 1, then flip-flop output become 1, means output stage become 0. If this threshold voltage is less than 2 by 3 VCC, here it is 0, and it will depend on comparator to output. the comparator to output is 1 means flip-flop output is 0. That means output is high. The comparator output also 0 means it will stay in the previous stage. Okay. Now, pin 7 is a discharge. So, what happened is, suppose if you are connecting a capacitor like this, so, and it is connected to the collector of a internal transistor Q1. When the output is high, this is everything you should do. When the output is high, before the output stage it will be low. Transistor Q1 is off. So that time it is a charging time of capacitor if it is connected. Now, if the output is, when output is low, then before the output stage, the voltage is high. If output is low, before output stage it is high. So the transistor is on. So whatever the capacitor voltage, that can be discharged. Now pin 8 is VCC, supply voltage of plus of 5 voltage to 18 voltage, plus 5 to 18 voltage with respect to ground. Now, next we will see the 5555 as a monostable multivibrator. Monostable multivibrator, often called a one-shot multivibrator, is a pulse generating circuit in which it is a pulse generating circuit in which the duration of the pulse is determined by the RC network. Pulse generating network and duration of that pulse is decided by the RC, resistor capacitor connected externally RC network, connected externally to 5-5 timer. In a stable or standby state, output of the circuit is 0 or at a logic level. When an external trigger pulse is applied, output is forced to a high VCC. The time the output remains high is determined by the external RC network connected to the timer. At the end of the timing interval, the output automatically reverts back to its logic low stable state. So low means in monostable it is a stable state. When you are applying a negative going pulse to the, when an external trigger pulse is applied, output is forced to go high, and how much time it remains in high decided by the RC connected, resistance capacitor connected external to this IC. And once the time period is over, timing interval is over, that time output automatically comes to its stable state, that is low state. That is monostable circuit has only one stable state, output low, hence the name monostable. Normally the monostable output is low. Now we will see a monostable multivibrator. this is IC plus you recollect we discussed all the pins just before. Now VCC is connected to 8 is VCC, so VCC is connected to 8. 4 is reset, that also connected to VCC. If you want to reset, you have to connect a negative going pulse. That time the corresponding PNP transistor will be on and everything I explained. Okay. Now, now 7 and 6. 7 and 6 is 7 is nothing but discharge. 7 is nothing but discharge and 6 is nothing but threshold. 7 and 6 are connected to the RC network. Yes, the capacitor, one end of the capacitor is connected to the ground, other end of the other side you can see a resistor that is connected to VCC. Here you should understand 7 means discharge and 6 is threshold. Now normally 5 is used as a control voltage. We are not using, we don't want to stretch. Means if you want to increase the width of the output, then we are using the 5 to change the threshold level. So we don't want that performance in this monostable multivibrator. So normally 5 is grounded through a capacitor of 0.01. 2 is trigger and 3 is output. The same circuit with internal structure of 5 is represented here. So this circuit is normally required to explain. This circuit is normally required to explain the working of this monostable multivibrator. Now this is very interesting to explain. Let us assume that this is a trigger input. Initially it is very high VCC and it will go a negative going pulse of short durations. Okay, now this is output waveform. The width of the output pulse, that is TP. Okay, and the capacitor voltage, initially it is 0. The output is also initially 0. Output is initially 0. Okay, and input is very high VCC. Now in this circuit you just assume that in this circuit you assume that we connected the RA to the 6. RA, the 6 is threshold, that is connected to RA, and same point is connected to the discharge. See here, 6 and 7 connected together to, same point is connected. That means discharge and the thresholds are connected together and it is connected to the capacitor, and another end of the capacitor is connected to ground. And from 5 you should connect a capacitor C1 of 0.01 micro. That is not shown in here, but actually that capacitor should be connected to ground. And okay, now initially this voltage is, trigger voltage is very high. Initially it is trigger voltage is high. That means the negative terminal is voltage is greater than 1 by 3 VCC. So comparator to output is low, because this is higher than this, it is low. Okay, this is low, and we assume that flip-flop output is this is low, as well as flip-flop output is high. Flip-flop output is high means this transistor is on, so this capacitor is bypassed. This capacitor is bypassed. That means the voltage at this capacitor is, there won't be any, initially there is no capacitor voltage. Same voltage is coming here. That means the voltage at the threshold control voltage, that is less than 2 by 3 VCC. This also 0. This also 0. So it is remains in high. When this is high, this will be on. Voltage of the capacitor is 0. This also voltage across the capacitor, the same voltage appearing here, that is less than 2 by 3 VCC. So this is low. And here initially the high voltage we applied. That means this is greater than positive terminal of the comparator. So output here also low. So 0, 0 means it remains in the previous state only, like that. When here it is high, output is low. So that is explain this part of the waveform. Okay. Now concentrate. When you are applying a negative going pulse, okay, from VCC, a negative going pulse, and if this pulse amplitude comes less than 1 by 3 VCC, what happened is, 1 by 3 VCC, yes, 1 by 3 VCC, yes, 1 by 3 VCC, less than this 1 by 3 VCC, this become 1, comparator output become high, because this negative terminal voltage is less than 1 by 3 VCC, because we are applying a negative going pulse from high voltage. So if that amplitude is coming to half VCC, then 1 by 3 VCC, then it is, if it is just less than 1 by 3 VCC, that time the comparator to output become high. Once it is high, the this here it is 0, here it is high, flip-flop output become 0, flip-flop output become 0. Flip-flop output 0 means output goes high, and the transistor is off, so the capacitor will charge from VCC through RA. Now capacitor is charging. Now what happened is, this negative going pulse, it is 1 by 3 VCC short duration, and after that it increases to high voltage again. That time here it become low, because this voltage is low, and here it is also low, but it remains in the previous state. That means output of the flip-flop is low, output of the timer become high, and this transistor remains in on conditions. So the capacitor is keeps on charging, and once the capacitor is keeps on charging like this, once it is this capacitor voltage, once this capacitor voltage just exceeds 2 by 3 VCC, that time the comparator output this become 1. At the same time here it is 0. 1 0 means flip-flop output is 1. When flip-flop output is 1 means this transistor become turn on. So whatever the capacitor voltage charge, it will be suddenly discharged. It will be suddenly discharged. At the same time, output, if it is high means output become low. Output become low. So the capacitor charging to reach above 2 by with 3 VCC, that is TP, that is calculated by an expression. TP is nothing but 1.1 RA into C. So this is the basic working of, very basic working of the monostable multi vibrator.